Excuse me. Had to fluff my hair a little bit, my darlings. Welcome to Sweet Dreams. It's our nighttime lives for a little while. Our story times. I'm still taking a poll, y'all. Trying to find out what the best time is for stories. I thought that the tea and stories would be best in the afternoons, in the early afternoons. And since we're getting ready to open up and people are going to be getting out and everything, I know that some of you are just going to be watching me on replay, and that's fine too. That's fine. But I want you to make sure that you also stop in and to help support these lives by going to my paparazzi page, and you'll see that it's up there. It'll tell you my website page, or after every live that I have, I make sure that I post some beautiful pieces for you to see. Make sure you go there too. And if you'd like a party, you just let me know. Just inbox me and let me know. Think about it a minute. You can messenger me if you want to, and we will get that party started. Yes, we will. Tonight, I'm going, like I said, I wanted to do some bedtime stories, so I'm going to be reading this beautiful book. It's called The Spider Weaver. It's a Kenete legend, and it's one of my Skylar's favorite. You're also going to see I Am Enough. I'm going to show it. It's on my YouTube page now if you'd like to see it now. If not, you can always you can always watch it on Saturday, because I'm going to be doing it Saturday evening. I'm going to be showing I Am Enough. That's Skylar's absolute favorite. Why bedtime stories this week? Because I think a lot of us are getting a little bit tired. You know, it's getting towards evening, and these are mostly children's bedtime stories, but I also have some adult bedtime stories too. But if they're going to be adult, I'll make sure that I give you a shout out beforehand, so you know that you can't watch it with the kids. But this is The Spider Weaver, and it's A Legend of the Kente Cloth by M.Musgrove and J.Carine. Beautiful book, beautiful illustrations in this book. I love this book. It's really, really pretty. Once long ago, in the Ashanti village of Bowan, in the country of Ghana, there lived two expert weavers. One weaver was called Nana Kurugu. The other was Nana Amiwa. These men wove a simple cloth called Nue Nutama. And everyone, from the king of the Ashanti people to the lowest apprentice, wore it. You can see it's beautiful. Late one night, Kurugu and Amawe went into the great Ashanti forest to check their traps for grass cutters, animals that would bring home to roast. On that night, they found grass cutters in all three of their traps. The weavers were very thankful. I love the pictures in this book. Kurugu and Amawe were returning home when Amawe stopped suddenly. The light from his lantern had fallen on an amazing sight, glowing like moonbeams against the midnight sky. "Come look, my friend," Amawe whispered to Kurugu. "I see a small miracle." The small miracle was actually a web, but never before had either of them seen such a wondrous design. Yet it had been woven with a single unbroken thread, a thread that was even finer than the strand of a human hair. "Let's bring this treasure home with us to study, Carla whispered to Amawe. Amawe carefully detached the web from where it held fast to the banana tree. But as he did, the web collapsed, sticking to his fingers. "Oh, it is ruined!" Carla cried. "Now how will we ever learn to weave this beautiful design?" Saddened, the weavers walked home. Their discovery was lost forever. When the men entered their village at dawn, Amawe's wife, Ife, came out to meet them. Ife offered them a calabash filled with cool water to drink. Aren't these illustrations beautiful? I love these illustrations. Neither man spoke as he ate, and for this reason, Ifya sensed there was something wrong. "Please tell me what troubles you," she said. "It was a beautiful web," her husband answered sadly. "When we tried to bring it home from the forest to study, it crumbled in my hand and was ruined." "Do you think you could find another one like it?" Ife asked quietly. Ragu was doubtful. "This web was very different, very special, and no creature ever spins the same web twice." "Perhaps what happened was a blessing," Ife suggested gently. "Though you cannot find the same web again, perhaps you can find the same weaver." Leave it to Mama to see a bright side, right? And that is what Karagu and Mawe set out to do. Early the next morning, they eagerly made their way through the bush, past the tall silk cottons and papat leaves. They found the banana tree where they had first seen the extraordinary web. Sure enough, in front of them were the beginnings of a new masterpiece. In no time, a slender black leg emerged from the shadows and rested lightly on the silken threads. Amawe and Karagu could see the creature clearly now. The master web weaver was a lovely, large, yellow and black spider. As soon as they saw the spider, the men felt terrible for wrecking their magnificent web the night before. Now they could see that the web was the beautiful spider's home. Longing to take the web home with them, the weavers looked at each other, but neither of them wanted to destroy the spider's home a second time. They were about to leave when the spider looked directly at them and began a weaving dance. Dip and twist, turn and glide. The spider made her way across, back over the web. She moved like a woman dancing, regal and very graceful. The spider wove on and on into the afternoon, and the weavers stood there in admiration as they watched her. At dusk, the tired but satisfied spider completed her creation. Dip and twist, turn and slide. The spider moved sideways to the edge of her web, but before disappearing into the shadows, she turned in the direction of Amawe and Karagu. In the brief moment, the men were quite certain she smiled at them. Then, in the blink of an eye, she was gone. The beautiful spider had shown weavers how to weave the new intricate designs. What a wonderful teacher she had been. What a wonderful gift she had given them. With great joy, they returned to their village. In time, the weavers redesigned their looms so they could imitate the spider's weaving dance. At first, they copied her patterns in black and white thread. But soon they dyed their threads in bright colors and developed many new patterns themselves. And they named this new woven cloth Kenete Nue Nutoma, which today is commonly known as Kenete cloth. Everyone in the village wanted to wear this new cloth, but at first only the king of the Ashanti people wore it on special occasions. As time passed, others were allowed to wear the new cloth too. Soon the two weavers were well known across Ghana, and because of the spider's generous gift, they created designs and patterns that are still woven throughout the world today. Asante Sana, to the gift of the spider weaver. Isn't that a beautiful book? I love this book. And again, this is one of the books that I collected for my granddaughter. Before Skylar was ever born, before we knew that we were ever going to have a grandchild, I started collecting stories. Why? Because all children deserve beautiful stories. I gave out stories for many, many years. I gave out books to many, many daycares and to many, many children who are now grown and reading or telling those stories to their children. Stories are important. Our stories are important. Your story is important. Don't ever think that your story is nothing. Remember that we all deserve to not only have our own stories, but to tell them too. Some people are ashamed of their story. They think, oh, this is too dreadful or too awful. Or they think, oh, my story is dull. But stories help us to bond to one another. Stories help us overcome a lot of things too. Stories are powerful. Your story is powerful. Always know that. Now, tuck yourselves in. Make sure you get your water before you go to sleep. Say whatever prayer you must. And rest, my children. Have a wonderful night, families. Love you very much. And please, 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 listen to the replay if you'd like. And please share this video. Also, if you want to see all my past tea and stories and our cookies and milk from last week, and even our sweet dream stories, please, please, please hit me up on YouTube, Mama Carla Wiley's channel, and you'll see all those beautiful things. And also, stay tuned to after this live and look at the beautiful jewelry that I have. Some of it is yet to come, and some of it I have here now. And if you're interested in any of the pieces, make sure that you inbox me, and I'll get it right to you. $5 jewelry, lead and nickel free. Beautiful, beautiful. Lovely, lovely. We all need a little bling. Love you all very much. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow night.